Fuck it. What's up? What it do? About to dive back into the etymology of words and its understanding its mind control and its original energy that that word had before we use it in our common dates. And so basically, this is part two of the etymology of words and the common words that we do use. And I'm referencing off a book, Semantic Antics: How and Why Words Change Meaning. And I'd like y'all to subscribe to my page, Arson, Arson. Um, Subscribe to my YouTube page. We're going live right now. Uh, find the time to do these things. And I got some words written down that we're gonna go through. We probably don't go through all of the words because time is precious. But definitely in my spirit to do this, man, and to really, really understand the smallest minute words that we use and the smallest down to the details of uh, why we do things, the everyday use of doing things. So this video is not for all. All won't understand. Some will, some won't. Uh, some will get on the kick of just be on the kick of consciousness. Yeah, I got my work gear on, man, and whatever. So we're gonna dive into it, man. First word, clone. Clone. Pronouncing it right, clone. 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 I know what y'all thinking. This epidemic of just all this chatter that we have in our head and this idea of what we think cloning is. And basically, uh, it goes like this. Uh, how y'all feeling? Good. Clone. In The Boys from Brazil, a 1978 movie based on an earlier novel of the same title by Aaron Levy, the Nazi angel of death, Dr. Joseph Mengele creates 94 clones of Adolf Hitler in order to create a new breed of Nazi to take over the world. That film preceded by some 20 years the actual cloning of a mammal, Dolly the sheep, which made clone a household word internationally. Now let's backtrack 100 years. It was 1903 that clone came into the English language as a technical term in botany, meaning a group of plants propagated from transplanted parts from an original stock by using gas, bulbs, etc. The word was borrowed from Greek Clone, Klon, twig, related to clados, sprout, branch. In the 1920s, the word was expanded to encompass any group of cells or organisms produced asexually from a sexual produced ancestor. The current biological meaning, a person, animal, or any organism developed asexually from a single somatic or body cell of its parent and therefore genetically identical to the parent. Uh, Basically, the way they explain it, they're saying that we're all clones uh, to keep life going. Is a definition of cloning. My son is a clone. Both of my sons are clones. My daughter's a clone. I'm a clone. You're a clone. Is basically explaining that uh, it's a person, animal, or any organism developed asexually. They say any organism develops asexually from a single somatic or body cell of its parent and therefore genetically identical to the parent. Represents a huge leap from the 1920s meaning, since the donor cell is no longer a specialized sex cell from a cell from the parent body. Uh, some crazy shit, man. You know, don't believe everything you hear. That's basically what I got out of the word clone. It's just like they they take this scientific way of doing things, and it was basically just made for us to made the word was made as a representation of just us having sex, basically, and having children. So it wasn't included. It's only clone is only valid if you have sex and have a child. So that means that that's a clone. That's its original. That's its original meaning. You know. And so yeah. Let's dive into some other words, man. The word crazy. 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 Crazy.
Crazy, that's my favorite word. Crazy.
Crazy. That's your favorite word. That's my son interrupting my video. The word crazy. After the poet, after the poet Ezra Pound declared was declared insane in 1946 uh, and confined in the hospital in Washington D.C., Ernest Hemingway remarked, "Pound's crazy. All poets are. They have to be. You don't put a poet like Pound in a loony bin." Pound's own comments was, America is a lunatic asylum." Let's read, man. Okay, just gonna get right to it. The meaning developed from the earlier ones of broken down, diseased, sickly, which was a figurative use of cracked, flawed, damaged, or impaired. Uh, Crazy was derived in the verb craze, whose earliest meaning about 1369 was to break in pieces, to shatter, to break into pieces, to shatter. And so, and that's in 1369. Uh, this was his earliest uh, original documented meaning of the word crazy. The word crazy was derived from the verb craze, whose earliest meaning about 1369 was to break in pieces, to shatter. People call me crazy. I may look crazy, I may talk crazy, but as people throw, you know what I'm saying, that word around, the word crazy, it just means to shatter, to break into small pieces, to break down. And so when I break down things, they call me crazy. You know what I'm saying? When I first started presenting this information to people, people called me crazy because I broke down, I shattered the illusion or the perception of the norm. And so when we throw these words around, man, you know, or you see a crazy house or a crazy hospital, or you know what I'm saying, you 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 see these people in a crazy hospital, you know what I'm saying, or it's insane asylum, you know what I'm saying. It's just like, are they truly crazy, or were they, you know what I'm saying, or did they break something down into pieces so it can be digested, and the people that made this word put them, confined them in a building and called them crazy. And so, we use these words and we really don't even know the magic that we're doing when we use them. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's broken down. It's broken into pieces. You know what I'm saying? So what's the broom? You got done sweeping. Uh, let's go. Farm. Let's find that motherfucker word. The word farm. 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 We did facts last weekend, but farm. Let's check it out. Uh, farm. They say the word. The dictionary definition of a farm is a tract of land on which crops and often livestock are raised. This familiar meaning is first recorded in 1523. The word is much older. It's been tracked back to 1297 when farm meant a fixed yearly rent, tax, a fixed yearly rent or tax or other charge as opposed to a variable amount. Uh, Fixed payment to fix, settle, make firm. Uh, that's what farm means. And and these words. What boggles me is like, where does the evolution take place at, or do they just make a decision and say, okay, you know what I'm saying, is this day, or do they use it in slang and then over a time period and through culture it's adapted and they say, okay, farm mean a land where you know what I'm saying you got crops growing and you know and livestock you got to raise it. So, I mean, my question is where does the decision come up at? You know what I'm saying? Because this is highly documented. This is highly documented in books and you know what I'm saying, and other resources and and the Greek dictionaries and these different dictionaries that have meanings of words. You know what I'm saying? So farm, and you can do the science yourself, man. Don't the government charge farms a yearly rate? I don't know. I don't know. Got to talk to a farmer. So garbage, 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 garbage. Garbage. Okay. Uh, the original meaning appeared in about 1430. Was its meaning is viscera, the viscera, the viscera of an animal used for food. Now, viscera, I don't know the meaning of that word, but we gonna find out, and we gonna break this shit down. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna break up. We gonna find out the definition of fucking viscera. You know what I'm saying? But we can do that later on. We do that later on. We break down that word. You break down the word. You break it down, and so it's there. But we're gonna get back on the subject of garbage. Garbage is the viscera of an animal used for food, especially the entrails. This meaning was in use until the late 1800s. And such phrases as the garbage of fish, the garbage of fowls, and in such texts as Samuel Butler's, another documentation, Samuel Butler's Hood de Bras, 1664, Agora, that out of garbages of cattle precedes the events of truce or battle. And so garbage meant the inside use of animals used for food. It's the viscera of an animal used for food, especially the entrails. And so we got a couple definitions that we got to look up just to break this word down. It's for you to get a better understanding because of the etymology of the word and the magic that it holds. And we use these words quite often. Oh, you garbage, bro. You the inside of like facts. Dude, you garbage, bro. And we have a basic understanding, but we don't know what we don't we we use them, which is nothing wrong with using these words. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting a right or wrong or a scare tactic basis just because you've used these words. But at the same token, when you use these words and you're in the field of study and you're in the field of consciousness inside of yourself. When you want true consciousness change inside of yourself, you do research. You wanna see how you get mind control subconsciously, so you can, you know, start doing subconscious work and repetitively. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, it starts to work out, and so this whole, you know, uh, discussion of etymology of words is only for the intent of internal change. That's it. Internal change. And that is it. There's no prize at the end, or there's no, you know what I'm saying, no prize to unlock at the end. It's just for the advancement and the advancement of this spirit that we have inside of us. You know what I'm saying? That helps you in this physical plane. The advancement of the spirit that's inside of us, of the spirit for the betterment of our physical, the betterment on this physical plane, for the betterment of our physical plane. And so, what we got to be careful of is we got it backwards. We doing it for our physical. We doing it for our physical, and thinking it's going to be the betterment of our spirit. Oh, as soon as I get this, I touch down, I do this, dog, I'm gonna be at peace. Like, no, it's backwards. You you be at peace first, and then you know what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah, man, too many interruptions, bro. I'm tripping like a motherfucker. People knocking on my door, but yeah, man. I can get back to it, man. Give me a second. Let me go grab this book. Yeah. Back at it like a crack addict. All right, man. Cool. So we went through garbage. All right, man. We're gonna move on to the next word, man. Actually, we're finna break down the word gay. The word gay, Gay, man. So simple and so prevalent in our English language, man. And, you know, what's that word, that man? Wow. Gay. Uh, in the early 1400s, they developed the extended meaning, habitually giving to social pleasure. Social pleasure. Habitually, habitually giving to social pleasures. You know why they so I can't I ain't finna do that shit. But you know how they so animated and you know what I'm saying they so full of life and they feel like they just got something to prove and you know what I'm saying and they got the LBGTQ community and uh, these politically correct organizations and we look at the like we can't even use it at when you go to a job or you're in a social setting or you know what I'm saying you're at school or anything of that nature you can't use that word. And as I break down this word, man, it's it's not even it's nothing to overthink. And so its original energy on that word was in the early 1400s, they developed an extended meaning, habitual giving to social pleasures, addicted to revealing, addicted to revealing and self reveling. I'm sorry, not revealing. That's not an A. Reveling, reveling, addicted to reveling and self indulgence. And some more documentation, man. Some more documentation for you. Y'all need to write this down, man. Write it down. The current meaning homosexual is traced by the Random House Historical Dictionary of American Slang to 1933. So, so what its original meaning means happy or or homosexual or you know what I'm saying or gay means homosexual. You know what I'm saying? It's broken down to homosexual. You know what I'm saying? It's it's not gay anymore. It's homosexual, and so and yeah, and so the word gay, man, it's you know it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And now this one, girl, GIRL. Around 1290, it simply meant a young person. In 12 the year 1290, it simply meant a young person, a child of either sex. Girl, you can you can call a physical boy a girl in a 1290. I always say I'm so used to saying 19, but in 1290, you can call a boy a girl. It just simply meant a young person. And so I was listening, and my wife was like, uh, my son was watching some YouTube videos, and it was they were rapping or they had a song. He was listening on YouTube. He said, "Girl, I'll ride it." He said, "Girl, I'll ride it like girl I'll." He said, "Girl, I'll ride it with no handlebars." That's what the song was saying. It said, "Girl, I'll ride it with no handlebars." But you gotta also think like, we don't ride, bro. We don't. I'm not finna ride a bitch. I have no pleasure in riding. You know what I'm saying? We never used that terminology when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? This is some new shit. You know what I'm saying? Even Chris Brown said it, bro. Chris Brown, ride. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna ride the bitch. You're gonna ride the bitch with no handlebars. But when you look at the girl, the term girl, it means a boy or girl. So they can be talking about a boy on the video, saying talking about he's about to ride the girl, or girl, I'm gonna ride you with no handlebars. And so, not not stressing any energy on what your sexual preference is, or I'm not trying to expose, you know what I'm saying, homosexuals or anything of that nature. What I'm trying to do is get you to see where when something doesn't make sense, or they throw phrases out there, and me and my wife, we sitting up there, we just listening, we at the table just chopping it up. And my living room over here, and they playing the videos, and they said, "Girl, I'll ride it." I'm like, "What are you riding? What are you riding? What are you riding?" That's the question. And so, let's move forward, man. Glamour. The word is an alteration. Glamour. 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 The word is an alteration of the earlier form Graham Marie, a test, attested since about 1320, the year 1320. In a sense, grammar, learning in general, and since about 1470, in a transfer meaning, okay, learning in general, and since about 1470, in a transfer meaning, occult learning, magic, necromancy, necromancy, occult learning, magic, necromancy, learning, philology, 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 philology. There's a resource in 1830, Sir Walter Scott. In 1830, Sir Walter Scott introduced the word in letters on demonology and witchcraft. Glamour means magic, occult learning, and necromancy. What rules America? Beauty, glamour. Versace, Gucci gang. It's glamour. It's the 24-inch weave all the way down to here. It's the makeup tutorials. Them, like, my wife watch that. My wife can watch that shit all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? She don't even wear makeup, but she wants to so bad because she's just so impressed by this beauty. I'm just like, baby, they trying to make themselves look like you. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make yourself. They're trying to make themselves look like you with the glamour. Glamour. You know. Okay, and that's just one meaning. Etymology of words is several different meanings, and let me just emphasize that. When I give its opposite polarity of not it's not even opposite, a different polarity of what the original term of the word really means. That means it has several different terms that it could have meant. So we're just touching on, what I'm saying, some key issues or some key points of what these words meant and their original meaning and the original energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so another resource, I mean, not a the resource I just said, and in 1830, Sir Walter Scott introduced the word in letters of demonology and witchcraft. And so uh, they say this species of witchcraft is well known in Scotland as the glamour and was supposed to be a special tribute of the race of gypsies. I hit this gypsy and she hit me to some mind game. It was supposed to be a special attribute of the race of the gypsies. Then in 1840, the meaning broadened to a magical or a fictitious beauty, a delusional charm. And delusional charm. Glamour means a delusional charm. From there, it developed into the meaning we know today. So many dictionaries before us, so much energy that we've adapted, and we you know, it's just like if we got children in high school, we got children in grammar school and grade school, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what our kids getting taught. How was your day at school? It was good. What you learned? Oh, I got an A in math and all this stuff. No, 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 no. They're introducing a whole nother understanding of how you view words. So the word ball, or I'm just saying the word ball, through a couple more generations, when my son have kids, my daughter and shit, it might mean a whole different meaning. Well, how we internally understand words. Like this shit sits inside of us. Like you know how it sits inside of us because we know how to spell them. We know how to spell them. We've studied these words over and over 12 years straight. Just hammer from first grade, kindergarten, K4. We've been in books, K4, 4 years old, at it, getting these words, keywords. Your daughter has to work on her spelling and her vocabulary. Our vocabulary is very important. Vocabulary is very important. Vocabulary is definition, and so when you break down vocabulary, and they got to get the definition, and they got to spell the word right, and write the definition of that word down. And so, if that's instilled inside of us, and that has the the secondary energy, it's a secondary energy because it has this original energy or this original version of the word. So we're adapting a secondary energy that probably it holds power because we operate every day. It holds power, but not like the original source. There's generic Percocets and there's the real ones. You know, even something so simple. I got a Swiffer jet that you know you sweep my hardwood floors with. I mean, you mop your hardwood floors with the Swiffer jet. Don't you know? Just because I didn't get the original pads that go underneath there, and I got the generic pad, it didn't work effectively like the original pad. Just something simple as that. Have to be more careful, guys. We have to question what we know, down to the simplest things, down to the things that make us so uncomfortable to change. Got to do some. We got to try different things, you know. And we're talking about advancement and elevation and transcending, you know, transcending. constantly in a state of meditation, constantly meditating on the things that we think we know, but it sometimes it get foggy. It can get foggy. You could be solid in your mission in life and knowing what you want to do as a light being. You can know what you want to do in life and all this other stuff, but you can be solid in that area. You know what I'm saying? Just make a decision. But if we're not constantly, questioning what we naturally or what we uh, ultimately do on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? With this matrix, what we're so comfortable with, how we're so involved in life, how I can articulate words so good, you know what I'm saying? I can read so well, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Move on to the next word. Handsome. 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 Uh, HANDSOME. Handsome. Handsome was coined about 1425. So the year 1425, get that down. Handsome was coined about 1425 with the now obsolete meaning. Just because the meaning is obsolete doesn't mean the energy is. You know what I'm saying? Because when they originally came up with that word and the what it truly meant, its original version, it was created. It was created. And so everything that comes after that is just original carbon copy of what it is today. You know what I'm saying? I might be labeled as handsome, or you know what I'm saying, or a female might think that this dude is handsome, but they got a whole nother, like, when they say that, when you say handsome, actually directed towards somebody or a male, these energies awake through your words. They awake. The energies awake. The spirits awake through the word that you just use. So you can be a Walmart, you can be, you know what I'm saying, an art gallery. You can be like, oh, he's very handsome. A handsome young man. Or he's very handsome. Let's say that. Let's get to it. With this now obsolete meaning, easy to handle or use. It means easy to handle or use.